Hi, I'm Dr. Josef Witt-Doerring, and the purpose of today's video is to talk about um, whether you should convert over to Valium while you're doing a benzodiazepine taper. And so I think probably the best way to address this question is just to kind of talk about where the Valium taper came from and then our experience using this for treating protracted withdrawal and I guess regular benzodiazepine withdrawal. So the Valium taper it's really popularized by the Ashton manual, and what it is it's an idea that if you replace your current benzodiazepine that may be short acting, perhaps something like a Xanax, with a longer acting medication like Valium, you're going to lesser interdose withdrawal. And what interdose withdrawal is the benzodiazepine withdrawal symptoms which emerge towards the end, a long time after you've taken the dose, and it's typically just before you're about to take your next dose. And so some people have interdose withdrawal, and they say, well, I really would like to avoid those periods of time where my body is craving the medication, so maybe I'll try Valium. And so the way the Ashton manual describes the taper process is typically you just slowly replace equivalent doses with Valium. So maybe you're on milligram of Klonopin in the morning, milligram of Klonopin at night. You might take off half a milligram of Klonopin at night, replace it by Valium, wait a week, then you'd take a half a milligram off in the morning, replace it with Valium, and so on and so forth. So maybe over the period of a month, maybe longer, depending on how tightly you want to cut it down, whether by 50%, 25%, and whatnot, and eventually you'll swap over. And it makes a lot of sense, but it may not be the best route for everyone. And this is really just what we've seen in clinical practice. So some people, they will tolerate this Valium conversion really well, and it'll work as expected. The interdose withdrawal will go away, and they'll be feeling really feeling a lot better, but that doesn't happen with everyone. Sometimes we have patients that when we're doing the crossover, their symptoms flare up in a really big way. And so typically we don't push those patients to finish that taper, and we just put them back on their regular benzodiazepine, and then maybe we'll make other adjustments. Say you're taking Xanax XR, and maybe you're taking it once a day. If you're having interdose withdrawal, the way around that might be to break the Xanax XR into the non-extended release formulation. And then, so if you're taking a milligram, you might start taking, half a milligram in the morning, half a milligram at night, or you could do it even further. You could do a quarter at, 8 a.m., a quarter at, I guess that would be 2, and then 8, and so forth. You could break it up into 4 kind of equally spaced intervals throughout the day, and that would be a way around it, a way of also getting kind of breaking that medication up so the pharmacokinetics of it are fairly stable. There's a fairly stable plasma concentration throughout the day, and you get all the benefits without swapping over to Valium. Another problem that we've seen with doing a full Valium crossover is that it tends to have more side effects of fatigue and sometimes gastrointestinal side effects than the other benzodiazepines. We'll have people that we convert over, and then they'll start complaining of depression, and it's usually more characterized by this heavy fatigue, which is fairly common with Valium. So that might be another reason why you may start with a Valium crossover, but then decide not to do that. We've also done kind of combination treatment sometimes where maybe for the majority of the day we'll keep them on their standard benzodiazepine, whether it's Klonopin or Xanax, but simply at night we'll replace the evening dose with Valium because it's long-acting, it's more sedating. People are less likely to kind of have an interdose withdrawal in the middle of the night where they wake up and they feel very panicked. So you can do these combinations where you can kind of have your cake and eat it too. You could have the kind of more sedating, long-acting Valium at night, but then feel less sedated during the day by being on your original benzodiazepine, which you may be tolerating better. So I hope that helps. That's an overview of what to think about when doing a Valium crossover. And please leave comments below. And if you have any questions, drop them below and we'll do our best to answer. So thank you.